We have stairs of hell. These stairs are made of glass. Good morning, this is Marcus here from EV Journey, and it is 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm in Lisbon Airport. We're going to go to Italy. I'm going to have an electric car so we can check out what the car's like, and also I'm going to check what the charging network is like in Italy, because my channel is about EVs in Southern Europe, and I've already done France, Spain and Portugal, which I'll leave somewhere around here. And in this video will be about the car I hire, Italy, and the EV charging network in Italy. So I'm in Rome Airport, and amazingly I've hired the actual car I wanted. I've hired a Peugeot E208. Here it is. This is a Peugeot E208. We're going to test the charging network in Italy, and it's currently charging. I'm going to unplug this and take the charger with me. So probably won't do much today because I was up at 4 in the morning, but we did a bit of a test and show about this car and how to hire one in Italy, in Rome's airport. So there's the airport over there. So just walked over and got the car. Just before I got the car, in the airport, there was a piano. So I did a piano battle with my daughter, and she's got a channel called Kalina Mascord Music. And here's a preview of the battle. But if you want to see the full version, click on my daughter's channel and I'll leave the link below. Here's a preview. So we drove the car from the airport to a little town called Tivoli on the other side of Rome. We are very hungry at this point, so we've tried to find somewhere to eat on the way. So we're about 40 kilometers from the airport on a motorway going from Rome Airport towards Tivoli. That's where we're going to stay, in Tivoli. I think it's about 30 kilometers from here, whatever. We were starving because it's 3 in the afternoon, and we really wanted Italian food or pizza or something, because we were just so starving. We stopped at one of the first service stations, and what did we have? We had a Kentucky Fried Chicken for the win. So I had a McDonald's for breakfast, the Kentucky Fried Chicken for lunch. I don't think I've ever done so much fast food in one day before. But anyway, what do I think about the car? First impressions. It's very quiet. Yeah, I'm still a bit confused about where the information is. It came with 100% full battery, but we'll get more into the car later. But what I wanted to show you was this. Now, this is a great sign for Italy. We've got 2 DC chargers, and they seem to be working. Now they're this Izivia company. I don't know what charging cards we can use on this. I think I've got too much of a high state of charge to try it, but let's have a look. That's looking nice. And yeah, I've used these chargers before. Got 2 CCS there. I get 150. I guess they're 150 kilowatt each. This another 150 kilowatt. Does this have CHAdeMO? No, another 2 CCS. Perfect location here for CCS. The Peugeot is CCS. Not so good if you're CHAdeMO. I'm not quite sure where we are. Don't know if anyone recognises this in Italy. These are the first chargers we've spotted in Italy, and I didn't need to charge, so I won't be using them. We'll be talking about chargers and charging videos in a bit. So we've arrived in the flat in Tivoli. We've got a Smeg fridge. Whoa! But look at this. Nice kitchen. But we open the window onto the courtyard of the library, and what do you see? Over there are some Roman columns. There's history absolutely everywhere in the centre of this town. We even have a pet goldfish. Where's the pet goldfish? There's the pet goldfish. Whoa, it's like being at home. So we enter the flat from down here, and it looks very nice, but there's a problem. There's a very nice roof garden up there, but what do we have? We have stairs of hell. These stairs are made of glass. And as you can see, there's big gaps. Have a look up there. And here's another view of them. There's no handrails. And there's a big gap there, going up there and looking down there. You get the other stairs going down. But the roof view is very good. Let me know in the comments if you think these stairs are health and safety aware. No banister, no nothing, just glass stairs. This is the top of the stairs from hell, but once we get up here, it's rather nice. So look at the view with Rome in the distance over there. We've got an old church there. And here we've got some nice streets. And here I think we've got a very old building. Look at that, little arches and stuff. And the street down there, it's a long way down. Some people. And here behind us, we have the library and more columns and Roman bits and bobs. And look over there, there's an archway, and on the other side it's got a nice little head thing. So we'll just wait for the church to stop chiming. Peugeot E28 was actually hired from Drivalia or Drivalia. I don't know how to pronounce that. In fact, I hired it with the apartment on booking.com because they said they give me 20% discount. And I think they use rental cars. Now, I really like rental cars. I've used it a lot in the past, and it's a good rental company for me. But anyway, booking.com said they give me 20%. I'm not sure if that's true or not. You never are with these things. But one thing is true is the rate was really good and it was competitive to a petrol car. So I was expecting to pay a lot more for the electric car, but not. If I'd got a similar size petrol car, the price would have been almost exactly the same. It's extremely competitive. So well worthwhile to get an electric car, I think. Now, I think it's going to be really in Italy for charging because they just seem to have chargers absolutely everywhere, which is great. So what come with the car was the key, obviously. You get the standard key. You get this thing with the number plate on it. But what you do get is this Enel X Way card. This is actually a charging card. Now, I believe Enel X Way are all over Italy. I think it's an Italian company. I think this will work on many chargers in Italy. So the fact they give you this charging card on the key is actually really, really good. So perhaps this is all you need if you have a car. So I actually have an Enel X card, which used to work really well in Spain. But I added a new credit card to it, and it won't let me change from the old credit card to the new credit card. So I don't actually think it's working, which I've already sent them an email about, and they haven't got back to me. I mean, it's just really bad service. I did ask the hire company about this card if you paid extra and what the price was. They said, no, we don't charge you any extra. The price is what is on the charger. So on the charger depends on the card. I guess if you install the app, the Enel X Way app, will tell you the price of each charger and how much you're going to be charged there. That's the price you're going to pay. When I did get the car, they charged me a deposit of €500. So obviously, they'll probably take that deposit off what I will spend on this card. But as I said, I come prepared. So what did I come with? So as we know, in Italy, like the rest of Europe, they've got Ionity. So I've got the Ionity app. So that will work on all the Ionity chargers. I own a Tesla back in Portugal, as you know. I don't know if the Tesla chargers in Italy allow you to use a non-Tesla or not, but I won't be experimenting with them. It's not going that far anyway. But the potential of using Tesla chargers, especially if you've got a Tesla. And what else did I get? So I've got my trusty Portuguese Miio card. And as we know, this works in France, Spain, Italy, and Portugal. It's got a great app and it will tell me all the chargers in Italy, and it's basically coming up with chargers everywhere. So I think it's going to be really easy in Italy. And this is the Miio card. So I've got that one. So the next one I ordered it from Italy, specifically for Italy. The card cost me €10. I didn't need the card, but it's actually this company here called Becharge. Let's have a look. I ordered this card, €10, get it sent to Portugal. It seems Becharge chargers all over Italy. So this seems like an interesting card for Italy, and we will try it. I always like to have the physical card because sometimes you get connection problems, etc. So I thought this was well worthwhile getting this card from Italy because they're just Becharges everywhere in Italy, it seems. And in the app, it will tell you where they all are. So the next two cards I ordered specifically for France, and they're in the French charging video. Now, put the link in here to that video here, and that's Freshmile. Apparently this works in many places in Italy, the same as Izivia. It's my Izivia card that apparently works in many places in Italy. Now there's probably more options, but these ones I've brought with me. Now because I'm on holiday with the family, I'm not going to do a big charging video like I normally would when I'm alone. So we're going to try some of the chargers, see if it works in Italy, but I think it's going to be fairly easy. But my car is currently at about 70%. I don't know for sure because it's an E2i8. We drove in it today about 6 or 7 kilometers. We've been here now 3 days and we haven't driven anywhere because we've just been walking and visiting places from around where this apartment is. Tivoli is a great place to visit and we had a great time. Now, if you want to see what I ate in Tivoli and more about Tivoli, watch my daughter's vlog called My Vlog in Italy, Tivoli, and here's a preview.
1611. These fountains are absolutely amazing. Look at them.
Just before I forget, they told me to bring back the car with 95% or over 95%. To me, that seems a little bit high and a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, that's what it is. I could bring it back with less than 95%, but they're probably charging me a small fortune. And I forgot to ask. On the second day in Tivoli, we visited the Vila of Hadrian. Now, this place is even bigger than Pompei. Again, here's a preview called My Vlog in Italy, Vila Adriana.
Here is the maritime theatre that was reserved for the Emperor Hadrian. It was hidden in the villa and it was very luxurious.
So today we're going to go to Virterbo, that's north of Rome, and it's about 104 kilometers away, I think. Peugeot 208, it doesn't have any map and anything. Doesn't really tell you battery percentage apart from it has an old dial like in the old style cars, but I think it's around 70%. According to a Better Route Planner, we need 40% to get there. Now, a Better Route Planner is an app you can install if your car doesn't have mapping or navigation things. It's really a great app. So if you are hiring a car in Italy and this Peugeot 208, definitely install a Better Route Planner and it will tell you the charging points en route and if you need to charge or not. Now in theory I don't need to charge, but we're not going directly to Virterbo. We're going to stay in a place called Cavatera, and there apparently they've got waterfalls, a castle. I think we're going to have lunch there. It should be a nice little town and they've got a Type 2 charger, so perhaps we can use that hopefully. Yeah, let's see. So we should have plenty to get there. But I do want to check a CCS charger before we go in there. There's one just at the bottom of this town, just to check if the charging cards are working, just to check there's no problems before we go into deep Italy. So there's one car charging, another electric car blocking the charger. So I'll just see if this belongs to anyone. So the person moved because I asked them to, and they moved. So we've got a free charging spot here. We've got the charger, so we'll uncover that 'cause it's CCS. Let's see if it works. So put my card there. CCS is what we want, yes. It says insert the charger, I guess. Plug that in there, we wait to see what's happening. I don't expect to get a good charging speed because we're at 70%. Let's see, shall we? It's working, 74%. Yes, we're at 74%. It doesn't actually tell us in the car, but it tells us here. We probably only had 10% or something. Just want to see if it's working. It is working. Kilowatt hours. It's not telling us the charging speed. Let's see what it shows us in the car. So in the car, finally it tells us the percentage, 74%. It's saying it's going to take 1 hour, 6 minutes to complete. We won't do that. But we'll just see. And what else do we have in the car? Can we start it to get music and stuff? No. Yes, we can start it. You can start it to have music and stuff. It says to check the tire pressure. So perhaps we could do that over there. See how the tires look. So this car does have cruise control, which is this stick I found today. It's not adaptive cruise control. It's got lots of nice looking buttons and the screen is very clear, just it doesn't give you too much information. So it doesn't give you kilowatt per hours. It just seems to give you it doesn't give you the charging speed, just gives you the percentage there when you're charging. When you're driving, it doesn't actually give you the percentage. Yeah, it's a nice little car, quite comfortable, and just what you need really. It's got a 50 kilowatt hour battery. Yes, this is the Becharge charger. Looks very good one. We're in Tivoli term or close to it at this Ionity cafe shop. How do the tires look? Looks okay. A little bit flat, that one perhaps. This one looks okay. This one looks a little bit flat as well, but it could just be the front because that's where the engine is. This one looks okay, but perhaps I can check them over there if I want to. Use Becharge here, that costs 90 cents per kilowatt hour. That is expensive for CCS, but it does seem that charge is quite expensive in Italy. We could have also used Miio, which is even more expensive, €1.12. And we could have also used X Way, which I think is around 89 cents, but my X Way card isn't working. Only the one I got with the car, I guess, is working. But anyway, we're nearly up to 80%. I guess we'll unplug and go to the next place. So now we're going on a trip from the Becharge charging station to Nepi. So we're in the chargers, the place has the waterfalls, but the waterfalls and the actual town centre is about 20 minutes walk from here. So we're going to drive and not go in the car. So 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. And we don't really need to charge. Let's have a quick look at the chargers. They're in Euro spin, and we've got 4 AC chargers, as you can see there. Enel X. But you can use Becharge with them as well, I think. But you can't use Miio. You can't use Miio, but you can use Becharge and Enel with these ones, I believe. So yeah, that was good. But like we said, we don't need to charge. We've got about 60%. Let's have a look at the car. So if you can see here, there's half. And we're just above half, I'd say around 60%. And we're not very far from our destination. So we just go to the centre. Nepi is a beautiful town, as you can see, and we went for a long walk in the countryside. And at the end, there's a preview of my daughter's video, because she did a video about Nepi. Today on History Channel, we have an ancient walkway and a bridge. And what's this here? If I'm not incorrect, this looks like the ancient ford. And are these the markings of horse-drawn carriages and chariots and Roman legions going across here into the ford that have been marked into this natural stone? What do you think? Leave your comments below, and tomorrow we'll have another story on the History Channel.
The other side.
It's not like that, We've had a good time in this town, which is actually called Nepi. Now we're going to go to our hotel, about 33 kilometers away, but it is slow. It's going to take us 46 minutes. We should have more than enough battery in the car, so we've really enjoyed it here. So we're going to the next hotel. So then we drove from Nepi to our apartment in Virterbo. So it seems we've hit gold again with this flats. We've arrived at Virterbo. And no problems getting here, except for the roads in Italy are really slow, not due to traffic but due to speed limits. They're really slow. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Nice kitchen, nice everything, but the piece de la resistance is this big balcony here, nicely shaded, and down there you can see it. You can see my Peugeot, which is nicely parked over there, and apparently there's a public charger 100 meters away from here, so I'm gonna have a quick look. So I saw there was a CCS charger available, 100 kilowatt. This car can charge at 100 kilowatt, and it is just literally 150 yards from the flat. So extremely lucky. There are type 2 chargers around, but I want to try and charge the car up to 100% as quickly as possible, or near to 100%. So then I can go and enjoy some dinner and a beer or two later. Otherwise, if I go on type 2, it's only 7 kilowatt. This car, I think, it's going to take hours to charge. So I've checked the price, and on Becharge, it's 99 cents. So it's expensive. But on this Enel that they gave me, it's 89 cents. I'm going to try that one. It is got a name on there, so I'm going to look in their app, see if it's even chipped on there while the car's charging. But let's just go and charge. This seems to be called Izivia. Oh, it's only got one post. How lucky. Someone is just leaving, literally. So RFID, let's try that. Checking card. CCS. Yes. It says inserted. In fact, it seems this is just a standard parking place, I think. It doesn't say specifically for electric cars. And I was extremely lucky because there's only one, as you can see, not two. And the person in BMW has just pulled away. So I really feel like it's my lucky day. The car supplied to us by the car company is actually just working. We've already got 8 kilowatt hours. The car is at 48%. So not bad. I thought it was actually higher. And we're getting 79 kilowatts, 72 kilowatts. 79 kilowatts for this car with 50 kilowatt battery is pretty good. 72 at 49%, 73 kilowatts. I'm very happy with that. And look at this. We seem to have a payment card. So I could just use my credit card or debit card, but it doesn't seem to give any pricing. taps on the screen. What's that? App. Anyway, I'll leave that. So it's at 51%. It says an hour and 14 minutes till fully charged. And it says it's charging at 500 kilometers an hour. That doesn't give us the charging speed or anything. You get that from the actual charger. So it's a bit like the first edition software on the ID3, which they've greatly improved now. But my guess is obviously up to 80% is going to be a lot quicker. But if you want the full 100% charging, it's going to take forever, even on this 100 kilowatt charger. Everybody now is saying 89 cents is extremely expensive for a charger, and it is. But Italy seems to be expensive for charging. And the difference is those Type 2 chargers are 70 cents. So I can take hours and hours on the Type 2 charger, not relax, because then I have to come back, get the car, unplug it and whatever. I don't think it's something I can just leave overnight. For 70 cents or for 89 cents, I can charge within an hour, have a relax, and then have a couple of bevies tonight, hopefully, and not worry about coming to get the car and bringing it back and ruining the whole evening. So really, really good location. There's only one. I thought there was two. There's only one, but one is better than none. So I just checked in the Izivia app and the Freshmile app, and the same as the Miio app. This charger's not available on those apps. It just seems to be available on the X Way and the Becharge app. So that's fine. Luckily, I've got more than one charging card. But it seems that the one that comes with a card is working perfectly. And this is just what you want when you hire a car. You don't want problems. But you could also pay with credit card. But no idea what the price is when you pay with credit card. Might be cheaper. Who knows? I just wanted to show you what come with this car. So we've got the home charging cable there, the Shuko. There goes Shuko. Won't take advantage of that. We got the Type 2 here, Type 2 cable. It's very thick and red. It just came like that. And obviously we've got all the triangle and emergency stuff in there. So that's just what you want, really. The boot is actually quite big. It fits all our baggage in, no problem. We didn't bring that much, but for family of 3 on a holiday, we've got enough. And really, it's quite spacious, the boot. Surprising. So obviously it's a small hatchback, European hatchback. My daughter's quite tall. The first time she got in it, she did complain. She banged her head here a little bit, but now she's used to it. She's not banging her head anymore. And because she's quite tall, we've got the seat quite far forward, and my wife is quite short. And really, my wife has got the seat as far forward as possible. And yeah, she's fine in there. But that's for small people. This is slightly more of a conventional car than an EV because it's got a tunnel here. I think that's a bit bad. But they do produce these cars with petrol engines and stuff. So probably a way to make them cheaper. And it's got 2 USBs here. Apart from that, it's got nice seats. I've driven in it now for over an hour. This is quite comfortable. It's not Tesla levels of comfort, but it's not bad. It's not bad. The economy has been really good on it, but the roads have been really slow. Not because I'm a slow driver, just because of the speed limits, and there's lots of speed cameras everywhere. And we haven't been going on much motorway. I haven't really done any 120 km/h motorways. I think the quickest motorway I went on, or quick road, was about 110 km/h, but not for very long. So economy has been great, really. Yeah, it's got 50 kWh battery. I think, yeah, pretty good car, actually. So quite a nice steering wheel. It could be a bit softer, to be honest. I don't know if it's real level or not. It doesn't feel like it's got the GR badge, whatever that means. What I'm not really a big fan of, but it's brought over from the petrol vehicles, obviously, is that when you start it, you have to press start, and then you have to go in here and do into drive, and then to stop it, you have to press park, and then you have to press stop. It's just a lot of faff you don't have to do on a Tesla or an ID3 for that matter. You've got the drive modes here, so Eco, Sport or Normal. I've had it based on Normal and Eco. We've got the parking handbrake here. We've got this here, which this comes down. This comes down at night, so I rest my phone on because I don't have Android Auto working because it's just not compatible with my phone. You can have the latest Android phone. If you put your Android phone in there, it's just going to keep trying to connect to Android Auto. Everything's going to mess up and it just doesn't work. But I need to get a USB-C to USB-C, and apparently that would just be for battery charging. So I definitely need to look at getting in that to do the navigation and keep the phone charged. Here we've got a little bit of storage, quite good. What's the glove box look like? Actually, that goes back quite a way. Not too bad, actually. It's got really nice finish here. It's like this carbon stuff. It looks really nice. You've got all your buttons there. You've got some nice looking buttons here actually, and they feel solid. They don't feel too plasticky. And you've got that knob as well, volume I guess. You've got this here for cruise control. It's just cruise control, not adaptive control. You've got your normal switches that you'd expect on a French car. You've got your volume control here. You've got other stuff here. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, the software does feel like the car is like 2 years old, I'd say, probably a newer cars. The software is much better nowadays. But anyway, overall, it's a nice looking car, and the air conditioning works really well. And these seats, I think they're really nice. The styling of the seats, the stitching. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with this hire car. And the stereo speaker system, it's okay. Yeah, it's what you expect in this kind of car, I think. And this does look quite nice. There's some 3D effect. Anyway, 47 minutes to finish charging. So we're at 90%. I went for a little walk. This car's really quick at getting to 80%, but then 80% to 100% is going to take a long time. I'm not going to wait 33 minutes just for an extra 10%, kind of blocking the charger. So that should be enough for what we need tomorrow. And perhaps we can even come back here again tomorrow. Let's see. So I'll just stop it. One active. Oh, if you press it, it tells you what. So we've added 20.53 kilowatt hours in 34 minutes. And currently it's really slow, 14 kilowatts, but that's probably still quicker than a Type 2 charger. But anyway, I think to stop it, all I have to do is swipe my card. And then here you see here, I've got this cable in the way. You see here, yeah, we're at 91%, 20.61, 20 kilowatt hours. Excellent. Stop. So the price of this should be 20.64 times 89 cents. So quite expensive. But anyway, it is what it is. Just unplug this. Comes out. Put that bad boy back in there. We've got this dongle thing, whatever that is. Put that in there. Close that. And perfect. In the app of X Way, it said 89 cents per kilowatt hour for that charger. It seems the car hire company actually charged me €1 per kilowatt hour. Then they added 22% VAT on top. So I actually paid €1.22 per kilowatt hour. Beware when you hire a car from a hire car company. The price may not be what you're expecting. There's many things to see in Virterbo, and here's a preview of my daughter's vlog.
It's fantastic. Another beautiful fountain here.
So, another day, and I'm back at this charger. The car's at around 75%, I think. I need to try to get to 100%, so that's what I'm going to do. This charger's always empty. Just great. So, we'll unplug this thing again. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to see if this is a card reader and if it works, my Portuguese Visa card. Let's try it, see what happens. Perhaps it's not. Perhaps it's something completely different. No, I think this is something different. It's definitely not a card reader. It's not showing up anywhere. Just try that, just to see. I'm just going to say no. No. So, this doesn't have a card reader. But anyway, I'm just going to use Becharge this time, see if it works on this charger, Becharge, because yesterday we used the X Way. Let's see if Becharge works on this one. So yesterday's worked with X Way. We've got the Becharge. Apparently it should work with Becharge. A little bit more expensive with Becharge, I think. Doesn't matter. DCCS, yes. Insert the spinner, which I think means plug the cable in. Let's see. Exciting. Is it going to start to charge? 74%. I thought it was at 75%. Yes, that's great. So that's charging. What kilowatts we getting? Tell me which kilowatts we getting. We can't be getting very high kilowatts, 70% charge, can we? I wouldn't have thought so. It's going to tell me. Oh yeah, here's telling me. We're getting 10 kilowatts, 15, 24, 28, 41, 46, 48. Higher. 48 for the win, that's good. This is going to take 58 minutes to 100%. And I do need to go to Rome tomorrow, so I might put it to 100%, which really you shouldn't in an electric car. But anyway, we're going to Rome tomorrow, which is a little bit of a long way. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, we'll come back in about an hour. So about 50 meters away from the other charger, they've got this Enel X charger, which is the X Way card. It's got a huge screen for some reason. Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it doesn't. It's type 2, as you can see there. It seems to be working. Put your card there. Normally with type 2, they're getting you too much information. And it's got another type 2 here, which is flashing red. So I guess that one means it's not being used. Not quite sure, again, why we've got such a big screen. Anyway, 98%, I'm going to stop it now. So we're at 98% now. Normally you should never really charge an electric vehicle that doesn't have LFP batteries to 100%. Also, you shouldn't take so long blocking a CCS charger, but there are other CCS chargers in town. I've walked and driven past this place many times today. I've not seen anyone using it. That's my excuse. This time the same charger, but with Becharge, my own Becharge card, and that was 99 cents per kilowatt hour, including VAT, just as the app had told me that it would be. Perfect. And tomorrow we're going to do a long drive to Rome, from Virterbo to Rome. So I'm going to go to a hotel just by the Circo Maximo, I think that's what you call it, and then I'm going to leave my wife and baggage in the hotel, and I'm going to drive to the airport and get a train back to Rome, because there's no point in me having a car for 3 or 4 days in the centre of Rome to pay parking and not actually use the car. So that's what we're going to do. So we've only had the car for a few days. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, and we see how that trip goes tomorrow, and my overall feelings about the car, a trip in Italy and driving an electric vehicle in Italy. So we'll see you tomorrow. Now we're going back to Rome, to an apartment in Rome. So we're going to drive from Virterbo all the way to our guest house, really in the centre of Rome. It's in the morning. We're just leaving Virterbo now, so we're going to Rome near the near the Circo Maximo. So that should be exciting, where the hotel is. And I'm going to drive the car to the airport. Now Rome's about 90 kilometers away, but it's going to take some time, about 1 hour and 40 minutes, because as you can see, the road's very slow. This is a 50 kilometer zone here, and there's a lot of 70 kilometer zones, 50 kilometer zones. Even roads are quite slow here, so that's why it's going to take some time to do 90 kilometers, but it's a very picturesque route, so we enjoy it. And the car's in eco mode, so yeah. So there's another section of 70 kilometers an hour along this motorway going towards Rome. So we're doing 70 again. It's probably because we've got this turn in here. We'll turn over to let somebody come on. I don't know when it's going to go up to 90 kilometers an hour again. You see, we've had no traffic. We're just going slowly because the roads are slow. So we've done about 30 kilometers, a lot of it 50 kilometer an hour roads, where they look like 90 kilometer roads in other countries. So the roads here are really slow. Even this here, that looks a bit like a motorway. I don't think it's a full motorway. It's limited to 90 kilometers an hour. I guess in other countries it would be like 110 or 120 kilometers an hour. See 90. So the roads in Italy are really slow. And there's lots of speed cameras everywhere, so you have to be careful. But we're about 30 kilometers away now from Rome, I think, or a bit more. For some reason, this 90 kilometer hour road has gone down to 70 kilometers now. It's been like that for a little while, but now we're going back up to 90 kilometers an hour. We have to be careful because look, there's speed cameras. So we're just coming into Rome now, a bit of traffic, and we're on the Via Flavian. So I wonder if this goes to Flavian Amphitheatre. But anyway, apparently we should be in our destination in about 30 minutes, which is the Circo Maximo.
Massimo, isn't it?
And it's the Circo Massimo. And the weather looks good today. Woohoo! Look at that. We've got an Egyptian obelisk in front of us. Woohoo! It's almost like Paris. So now we're getting more to the centre of Rome. I can already see Roman ruins. Woohoo! So we're stuck in another traffic jam in Rome here, and I'm going to say something extremely controversial. I think it's really quite easy to drive in the centre of Rome. I expect you didn't think you would hear that, did you? So I think this is the Circo Maximo to I think this is Circo Massimo to our left. I think the Roman ruins we're just going to see above us now is the Palatine, and the word Palatine is where all the rich people lived, and that's where we get the English word palace from, I believe. So just wait for these green lights to go green, and then we're going down past the Circo Massimo. So if you look there, you see the Palatine. Left this way. So we've just arrived, and fortunately, there's a spot right in front of the hotel, a parking spot. Can you believe how lucky we are? If you want to see what we got up to in Rome, watch my daughter's vlog, my vlog in Italy, Rome.
I just found Lego!
Then I drove the car back to the airport, but I needed to find a charger en route. So I've just dropped my wife off and the bags at the hotel. Someone's waiting to come here now, and I'm going to drive to a CCS charger near the airport. We're going to charge there, and I'll speak when we get there in about 20 or 30 minutes. So I've just arrived at some kind of industrial estate with some shops and a coffee shop over there, and we've got a charger near the airport. Let's see if it works. Right, open the charge port, shall we? Now apparently this should work with Becharge. I think it's a little bit expensive at 89 cents per kilowatt hour. Let's get the Becharge card going, and hopefully this should work. I think it's 63 kilowatt charger. It's called Commerce City. Let's put that there. That's what it says. Authorized. CCS. Plug it in. Okay then. See what that says. Hopefully it's going to start charging. Let's hope so. I have to click next, I think, is it? It's verifying the conditions. It's in course. Wait a minute. Please start charging. Please start charging. Is it working? I don't know. Is the car saying anything? Charging finished, oh, for God's sake. It says in course. Oh no. Started. The car said charging finished. I don't think the charging in the car is very good, the software. 35 kilowatts we're getting. 44. 45. So that's what I expect. Because we travelled all the way from Virterbo today, and we got here with 73% from 91% to 73%, and we did over 90 kilometers, I believe. So this car is pretty efficient, but then driving in Italy is really... So a couple of things about driving in Italy. If you like to drive slowly, this is the country to come to. I didn't go on under the major motorways. I have before. I think they're 120, but most of the roads are really, really slow. Even in Rome, it's very relaxed to drive slow. Just go with the flow is what I say. And some of the Italians, they don't seem to use the white markings on the road, but I won't worry about that. But overall, I think it's extremely easy to drive in Italy and extremely easy to drive in Rome. Now, when I get to the airport, I'm going to leave this hire car, and then I'm going to get the train with the plebus back to the city of Rome. So I'm going to be slumming it a little bit. But the problem is I have to charge the car up to 95% when I return it. I only think I'm 2 or 3 kilometers from the actual airport. So I don't need much to get there. I have to drive carefully. But they give me the car with 100%, which is kind of okay. But I have to charge the car up to 95%. When I came off the plane, I had to wait an hour in the car hire just to get the car. And I was stressed because I've been on the plane all day. I'd got up at 4 in the morning, and I had to wait an hour. Now, it's pretty normal in Europe on Saturday mornings when you hire cars from airports to actually wait an hour or more. It's a real pain to get cars in Europe in airports. It just takes so long. But anyway, when I got to the desk, the man said I had to bring it back with over 95%, which I didn't question at the time. I said, okay. And I just got the keys and we went. However, I should have asked him, how much is it to bring it back with less than 95%? I don't know. So currently I've got a problem, because in most EVs, it's really quick to charge from 0% to 80%. And in most EVs, you shouldn't charge them over 80%, especially the older models like this Peugeot E208 I've got. In the LFP batteries, it's not so bad, but the older type of batteries, it is. So as you can see, I'm currently charging that on a 60 kilowatt charger near the airport, but there's no way I'm going to get 60 kilowatts. My state of charge is far too high. This car, to get from 10 to 20% to 80%, is probably going to take you 30, 40 minutes. It's very quick. The problem is to get from 80% to 100% or to near 95%, it's going to take over 54 minutes. That's just really bad. So if I was going to bring it back with 80%, I'd probably just need to charge it for 5 minutes, because I was like 72%, 5 or 10 minutes, take it back to the airport, 80%, no issues. But going from 80% to 100% is really, really difficult because it's going to take so long. So perhaps I should have asked how much it was to bring it back less than 95%, but I didn't. So we're here now charging. So a couple of things. Drivalia really should give you the car with 80%, not 100%, because it's going to damage the battery. But I suppose they don't care because they're just going to sell the car afterwards. You know, I don't care because it's not my car. Actually, after I filmed this, I went to the airport, and when I handed the car back, I asked them how much they'd charge me if I brought it back with 80%. And he said they normally expect people to bring it back with 80%, not 100%. And if I had have brought it back with 80%, I'd have only have paid €8. Now, if you are new to EVs and you see this situation, 80% to 100%, you're going to go on Twitter, Facebook, say how bad electric vehicles are, etc. It's just because you don't understand how to use them. And it's because that the car hire company doesn't explain it to you. If things are explained in a simple way to people, then they'll understand them. And hiring one is a great way to get an introduction to electric vehicles, especially if you're thinking about buying one. So overall, they're fantastic, especially for driving in cities like Rome. So easy to drive, especially being automatic. It's they're just great, really. Now, even though I didn't go on a long motorway trip, like from Rome to Milan or Rome to Venice, I really think the E208 is a great car because from charging to up to 80%, it's quick charging, almost 100 kilowatts, but even at 50% you'll get into something like 75 kilowatts. So really, really quick charging. So I think you could drive to Milan or you could drive to Venice, long trips from Rome, if you do get this car. Obviously you're gonna have a couple of charging stops, but it's not bad. It's not as good as a Tesla, for example, but honestly it's not bad, and you'll probably need to stop anyway. And the pricing is really good compared to a petrol car. So this isn't really any more expensive than a petrol car. So the negative, because I didn't use Tesla superchargers, I didn't use Ionity, because I didn't use any of the monthly packages available with the X Way or the other ones, charging has been really expensive, from about 70 cents all the way up to €1. And to be honest, I honestly think it would have been cheaper for me to have hired a petrol car and have filled it with petrol than paying these prices. Now, none of the hotels I had the possibility to charge from a normal socket, and if I could have done that, it'd been a bit cheaper. And I chose hotels in better locations. I didn't choose hotels on the ability to charge the car because then I'd have a lot less choice. So I'm just saying that. But for me, I'd have preferred to got the electric car and paid a bit more than to get a petrol car. It's been great fun. It's been a great little car and I've really enjoyed it. So on this trip, I drove 380 kilometers. And in total, I spent €52 on electricity. Now, if I'd have had a petrol car, I believe it had done about 6 litres per 100 kilometres, and the price of petrol in Italy was €1.76, more or less. It would have only have cost me €40. So charging just finished 100%. We're 12 kilometres away from the airport, so I'm going to drive it slowly in eco mode, and yeah, I shouldn't use more than 5% to get there. So this charge was a little bit expensive and a complete waste of time. It had been cheaper to bring the car back at 80% and I've only paid the €8 and not have wasted 56 minutes. But it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. After we handed the car back, we went and visited Pompei for the day on the train, and that was a really great day trip to Pompei on the train. If you want to see more about that, check in my daughter's vlog.
I caught the tram from Rome to Naples, and here I am in the train.
What you doing, Kalina? Yeah. And thank you for watching this episode of EV Journey Trip and Charging. It's not been a full charging video, but I hope you get an idea. And there's chargers absolutely everywhere in Italy. I think it's going to be really easy for you. And all the apps tell you if they're online or not online and stuff. So just have a look at the apps before you go. And there's a list in the description of the apps I used and possibilities. There's probably even more possibilities than that. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click subscribe and bye.